It's an honor. It really is. And the time that we spent in Kyoto was just really, really profound. And going to the Nintendo Museum.
Was incredible.
Incredible seeing the legacy that this company has built. And it's a worldwide phenomenon that they started. Yeah,
this is the birthplace of Mario.
Yeah.
You know.
I was really, really excited that we got to have another go around here. And in regard to the story, I think this movie it's more expansive than the first one, and everybody gets to go, across this galaxy. We're zipping from here to there to everywhere. The geography is everything's kind of a little bigger than it was the first time, and it's exhilarating. It's a lot of fun, and so I'm happy. I'm really happy to have been a part of this one as much as the first one, certainly.
A blast.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, I was just so excited to get asked to do this and to play such an iconic character, fun character like Bowser Jr. I just had a lot of fun. And
I think it's just a great time. I mean, like I was saying, like being able to be here for the 40th anniversary and see just like, Japan is just like a cultural hub that's like unlike any other place.
Yeah.
So to really be a part of like an iconic character around the world that like kind of represents Japan is like really special. And I feel like, and to be able to share that with, my kids and family, it's really great. That no one thought, that's probably Donald. I think that was.
There you go. Yeah, that's good.
I was so happy to be able to try and get people to not think, because I feel like the biggest honor, honestly, I've gotten so far was when they released it and they knew Yoshi was going to be in, and you showed that first thing. People were like, "Oh, I'm so glad they didn't get like somebody famous to play."
That's like music to your ears, right? Music to your ears.
I was like, great. Like, it did make me feel good because I'm like, oh yeah, it wouldn't. I did a good enough job that people didn't think it was just like like stunt casting or something like that. So I was very happy about that.
Oh, that's fantastic. I didn't know. That's great.
I did it in private, in my own head. Did it some kind of, I would like close the door and just kind of like test stuff out. And then when you get into the booth and you do it for the first time, they're like, oh, so did you have like any ideas for it? And I was like, yeah, let me try this.
I had a couple ideas.
Yeah, I did have a couple ideas. And it clicked, and that was kind of fun. And it was just kind of he's a fun, rambunctious, bratty little kid, but he can be sweet. And those were the really fun times where when they would ask me, Aaron and Michael would ask me like, let's try and make him the cutest little baby Bowser we can do. Because it's not a voice that is me, so that I think again is another one. You want to do something that fits that character, and that's always like a cool exercise,
What Donald has just said about Yoshi really resonates with me. Not just for Toad, but in general, like just as an actor, for me, one of the greatest things is when people don't recognize you in a role. I just think that's, I find that so exhilarating. I feel like it's one of the measures of our job, is that people can go, wait a minute, who was that? Who was doing that voice? I also, one of my favorite things was the freedom to explore and improvise. A lot of the improvisation, I think, stays on the cutting room floor, but it helps inform who the character is, and then it's very fascinating to see what makes it into the film. And so Aaron and Michael giving us that freedom, that was probably my favorite part, that part of the collaboration. This movie, first of all, it's visually sumptuous. Sumptuous? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to overstate it, but it's gorgeous. I mean,
there's some cool lights. There's a lot of cool lighting in it. The lumas.
It's so beautiful to look
it's
at.
Cool.
It's unbelievable. But also, just a great, straightforward action movie.
Yes.
It's also actually an action movie.
It's an action adventure.
It is
It's
an
wild.
action adventure, yeah. And so if you don't recognize the characters, you would get swept up in this story, whether or not you had any sense of Mario or had ever played the game. Yeah.
And I had never played the Galaxy game itself, but after the movie, I was like, you know what, I want to try this out. And it was pretty cool to see how it was transformed from the game into
the movie?
Mm-hmm. And it made me have more fun playing the game. So granted, I knew about the game, so it wasn't that far of a jump, but I do think that it's so exciting to watch. And there's certain elements and certain sequences in the movie where you're just like, oh, if that's from the game, I got to get in on that. The sound is really unbelievable.
Yes.
The
Yes.
sound is in all the different sound effects, the music,
Yes.
everything coming together in a room with giant speakers, huge screen. You just kind of lose yourself in it and have fun. And it's really kind of the best thing to do with kids. You know, you take them to the theater and you just kind of like get lost.
Get lost in it.
Yeah.
The theater experience, I think, especially for young people, is really fun. There's always a little bit of tension of going into a big, dark room with a bunch of people you've never seen, and it's louder and bigger. And I think that energy is like really, really good for like a film like this, like an action adventure film, because it's very communal. So I'm like, yeah, communal feelings are like, I think, few and far between now.
Yep.
So like, it's
Yep.
nice to have something like that.
And when you're in the theater and you see things that other people notice and you all react at the same time, it's awesome.
It's a special
Yeah.
it's a special experience.